Hey, what's up? This is the first fantasy video chat. So, anyways, we're going to go through some news real quick for the fantasy league. CJ Spiller. Really? CJ Spiller? Is this guy for real, or do we need to just trade him right now because he's just lighting the scoreboard up? Dalton got really lucky this week using CJ Spiller. At the bottom of the screen, you can see that big 130. But we're definitely going to talk about that a little bit later. RG3. Is this guy a keeper? Do we keep him next year? Or do you sell him right now? I'm thinking you sell him. You find the guy who you can trade for and you sell him. Remember that. Hit me on a trade later. Anyway, Steven Jackson gets hurt this week. Jamal Charles goes for 87 yards the first week, and then he goes to 22 yards in week 2. So I don't know what you're going to do with that. Darren McFadden, Shane, thank you so much for starting Darren McFadden. Only had 22 yards this week. That was absolutely fantastic. Raiders suck. Danny Amendola coming out of the woodworks there with 16 targets for 160 yards. Big game for him. Big game for him. Eli Manning, gotta say that was an awesome game for him. Started out real slow. Thought I was going to lose this week, but ended up going big for me, man. Going real big right there, as you can see 32, right above my head right there. So 32. Marshawn Lynch went beast mode this week. Gotta love that Marshawn Lynch, just running dudes over like crazy. Chris Johnson. Sell. Get rid of that guy. That guy's horrible. 10 touches for 28 yards. Doesn't even need to be owned this year, so drop Chris Johnson. And no, I'm not going to add him. I have him in another league. Moving on to our stuff right now. The high score of the week. Dalton. Kibbles and Vicks. Going big. Had 130 points. Had Drew Brees, CJ Spiller, Dwayne Bowe, Gronk. Had D'Angelo Williams, David Akers. Just a stud team right there. Good. Great job. I had nothing to do with this draft. The low score of the week, however, Mr. Shane Brown. Shane-O. 52 points. Made it easy on me. Love it. Darren McFadden. 3 points. Steven Jackson. 5 points. Dez Bryant. 2 points. You're doing awesome, man. Just keep Aaron Rodgers. He's going to win the whole league for you. He's going to win it all. Standings. We have a couple undefeated teams that need to be taken down this week. All right? This is a serious issue. So, Ben, over in the Bible Belt, 2-0. Off to a quick start again. He'll probably end up losing in the playoffs just like he normally does, though. So, the other one, this is the big surprise, coming out of nowhere. Flying High Browns Loft. Yeah, I know. Nobody gets the name. It's about pigeon racing. 2-0. Shannon Brown, 2-0. And he's going to be facing a tough matchup this next week. He's going to be playing against Kibbles and Vicks. I think Dalton's going to have a good little a run for the next few weeks as long as CJ Spiller and Drew Brees have their matchups. Drew Brees going against Kansas City, CJ Spiller going against Cleveland. And Shannon's got Cam Newton going against the Giants. Kind of a tough defense there. Chris Johnson going against Detroit. Maybe a good front, but other than that, they suck. And let's see, any other crazy matchups here? Nope. Not unless Tampa Bay's defense is for real. So, could be a high-scoring game between these two guys. 1-1 and 2-0 record, both in the Tulare Boys division. So, we'll see what happens there. Other than that, any other key matchups we have this week? Possibly Sons of Thunder and Shane Brown. You guys probably have the lowest scoring teams in the league, so you guys will probably end up pretty close to there. Noop and Dana, they're going to have a game probably in the 90s. Projected totals in the 90s. As for Ben and Nick Ferguson, you guys will be damned. Battle of the Youth Pastors there. And then father-son battle here. This is myself and the Jawbreakers. They're 0-2. But right now we're projected as a loss for myself, so I'm going to have to look into that and see what I can do to change that around. I think that's going to pretty much wrap this up. I'm looking for any other guest hosts this next week. See what you guys think about this fantasy football video post. Also, if any of you guys would like to do the next post this next week, hit me up, please, on the old cellular device. Okay, just send me a little text message, a little tweet or something like that, and we'll get you guys the main page, especially if you think you got something worth talking about. So other than that, enjoy your week. I got to get to work. All right, I got lots of important things to do. Got to meet the president and other things like that. So peace.